Here's a question I get all the time. Can you manifest abundance? How do I manifest abundance in my life? And it makes sense why the question is so popular. Money isn't everything, but it certainly can make life easier, and it helps us help others. So let me ask you a question. What is your attitude towards money, really? Can you manifest abundance? Or do you harbor resentments towards money and people who have more money than you have right now? Have you ever repeated these common negative beliefs about money? Money is the root of all evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. Or even, money can't buy happiness. Maybe you were raised in a home where you heard these old adages repeated over and over. While there may be some truth to these old sayings, it doesn't change the fact that these are limiting beliefs. And truly, we need money. And having money is important for securing our future. These negative beliefs can even instill a sense of guilt or shame inside of us, as though it were wrong and selfish or shallow to want money. Talk about creating a mental block to manifest abundance. The root of these negative beliefs around money can create an either-or mentality. You can either be a good person or you can be a rich person. But this is an illusion that creates massive limitations in our financial growth. The first step to attracting abundance is to identify the ways you may be deflecting abundance. So let's get real right here, right now, and talk about how we can clear our energy pathways of unwanted emotional debris and make way for new and exciting opportunities to welcome abundance into our lives. Can you manifest abundance? Yes, absolutely you can. In fact, abundance is the very nature of the universe. And when we experience reoccurring or ongoing periods of scarcity, there's a strong possibility that our attitude is helping to create that scarcity. I have a very good friend who is also a published author and renowned psychologist who said something to me that I'll never forget. We were talking about having an abundance mentality, and she said, "You know, Alena, it's so interesting. I've noticed that it's actually easier for me to help a client who is wealthy." At first, I was taken aback because I thought she just made a bad joke about how a person with money is able to afford her. And that seemed so out of character for her and definitely not her sense of humor. So I asked, "What in the world do you mean?" And she replied, "Well, people who have lots of money already know that having a lot of money doesn't solve all your problems. When I'm working with someone who is wealthy, we get to skip over the part where I have to first convince them that they would still have problems even if they had all the money in the world. And instead, we go cut straight to the actual heart of their issue." I remember saying to her, "Wow," and just sitting there in stunned silence for a moment because I'd never thought about that before. I never considered that just having the belief that money can solve all your problems could actually stand in the way of finding the solutions you truly need. That conversation has stayed with me for years because it really caused me to just stop and reflect on my own relationship with money. Did I believe that I was only okay so long as I had money? Did I believe that people with money or more money than me had fewer problems, more happiness, more reasons to be grateful, more opportunities to feel love? The truth is that our relationship with money can become damaging and dysfunctional when we start thinking of it as it were some all-powerful being, the giver of peace, the bringer of love, the source of happiness. Of course, we know deep down that this isn't true. Peace, love, and happiness come from within and the divine. Their source is spirit. But how easy it is to place a crown over the idea of being wildly wealthy. How easy it is to associate being happy, healthy, loved, liked, not with being kind or making good choices or being of service to others or connecting with spirit, but with just having a lot of money. I think confusing money with self-worth is very common, especially in today's world where social media has made people comparing their lives to perfect pictures of smiling couples embracing in exotic locations with their perfect families and their perfect homes and their perfect. Well, you already know that there's no such thing as perfect. I mean, we forget all the time, especially when we get caught up in our inner critic who likes to nitpick at us. But let me ask you, is there a part of you that believes having a lot of money would solve all your problems? If your answer is yes, then that just may be the limiting belief that is blocking your flow of abundance. Actually, there are 4 main limiting beliefs that can block you from manifesting abundance. And I'm going to give them all to you now, because here's the real deal truth about money. Money is energy. The exchange of money is an exchange of energy. And you, regardless of what you have or have not, you are right now 100% capable of generating the type of energy that manifests abundance in your life. So let's jump right in and start replacing limiting beliefs with abundance attracting beliefs. Let's start with the limiting beliefs we've already mentioned. Money would solve all my problems. Now, replacing this limiting belief with money with this abundance attracting belief. Money solves money problems. Because that's the truth. And hey, I don't want to minimize your situation. Solving your money problems could very well free you up to feel better, relax more, enjoy life more. Sure, solving money problems can definitely mean a lot to most of us. In our society, we need money. That's just how it is. That's why this question of, can I manifest abundance, is so important. Because we all need money, but we forget that money is simply the flow of energy. And we underestimate our power, our raw ability to control that flow with our own thoughts and beliefs. Reminding ourselves that money only solves money problems can help us to put money in its rightful place, not above us and not just outside our reach. Money is nowhere near as precious or valuable as we are, as spiritual beings put here to have these outrageous human experiences. It's just a flow of energy that you have the power to block or harness, all depending on your own energy. Our next limiting belief is a doozy. Money is the root of all evil. And as we just discussed, we are going to replace this with the abundance attracting belief that money is an energetic flow. Nothing more, nothing less. How can you manifest abundance if you believe money is the root of all evil? Usually, this is just something a person says to make them feel better about not having money. And hey, I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but you don't want to feel better about not having enough money. You want to be an open channel that energetically manifests abundance. And we do that by feeling abundant, focusing on what we don't have, celebrating small wins, taking great pleasure in simple things on a daily basis. People are so afraid that if they telegraph to the universe that they are happy and content, that the universe won't give them more. That's completely backwards. Look, have you ever kept yourself awake in bed imagining some worst case scenario and it hasn't happened? And it might never happen, but it could happen. So you lay there imagining how you might feel if it does happen. Your heart starts to pound as your blood pressure rises. You feel as the swell of panic rising up in your chest, as your system is flooded with all those stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. You start having these passionate dialogues in your head about it. And that is energy flowing out of you and communicating with the universe about what you are about. Fear, stress, loss, or whatever. When the reality all along is that you're just curled up, warm, safe in your bed, using your imagination to work yourself up. When it comes to the law of attraction, the universe just says yes to everything and everyone. Yes to whatever you or we are using our energy to call into our lives. Are you starting to see how the universe is showing up in your life and how you can manifest abundance every day? So if our imagination is that powerful, then what is preventing us from using that quiet time in bed to imagine our best case scenarios, flooding our systems and with all these good feeling hormones and manipulating our energy to telegraph the universe? And we are all about feeling good, feeling grateful, feeling joy, feeling like we already have everything we need. We use our minds to manipulate our emotions all the time. Why not do it to our advantage and give the universe something great to say yes to? Money, like any energetic power on this earth, can be used for good or evil. It all depends on the person who's holding the power, right? So discard the idea that money is some big towering force that you'd have to distort your good nature in order to obtain. Money is not the root of all evil. Evil is evil, and money is money. The third limiting belief of our list is money doesn't grow on trees. And we are going to replace this with an abundance attracting belief. There are no limitations for how much money I can attract. Yes. Money doesn't grow on trees is something we often hear as children. It's something parents say to supposedly help their kids grasp the value of hard days' work. What it actually does is create a mindset of scarcity. It creates the idea that there is a finite amount of money and there isn't enough for everyone. If you are wondering how to manifest abundance in your life, the first and most effective thing you can do is to clear your energetic path of thoughts and feelings of scarcity. And the last limiting belief on our list is a tricky one. Money can't buy happiness. We hear this one all the time, and it's usually giving a positive spin, sort of like when we're saying earlier that money won't solve all our problems. But the truth about this overused statement is that it's used to make people feel better about themselves after comparing themselves to someone else. Because rich people aren't happy, and more money means more problems, and money is the root of all evil, blah, 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 right? We are going to replace this limiting belief with the abundance attracting belief that money adds to my happiness. I'm going to go ahead and say this, even though it seems obvious. The goal here isn't to telegraph to the universe that you don't want money because it can't buy you happiness. The goal is to telegraph to the universe that you are an energetic playground for attracting more money. And we do that by feeling rich with the things we do have. Meditating on gratitude and generating happiness about all of the amazing things that we are going to do with the abundance that we are calling forth into our lives, using visualization for our greater good, instead of using it to scare us half to death for no reason before bedtime, right? Personal issues exist whether we have money or not. Money only solves money problems. Everything else like love, happiness, joy, health comes down to us, our choices, our perceptions. But still, having money does make things a little easier to maintain in this material world of ours, and that's okay. Either way, the power is and always has been right in your own hands. Yes is the answer to the big question, can you manifest abundance? Everyone can. So start with defining. What are your negative limiting beliefs around money? Be on the lookout for when and where these negative beliefs arise in your life so you can begin to replace them with new beliefs that clear your energetic channels so money can flow more freely into your life. If you'd like a little jumpstart for realigning your money mindset to attract abundance, I recommend you check out the 7-Day Reset program for reclaiming your inner peace. I'm going to include an exclusive link for you in the description so you don't miss out on that. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this episode because I release new ones every Tuesday and Thursday. And drop me a comment or a question if you have one. I personally read them all. I hope you got a lot out of this episode. And I hope above all, the message you are receiving is that you are so much more powerful, precious, and valuable than the concept of money. Money is an unchanging, unfeeling, energetic flow. And you are a spiritual being, masterfully designed to be a living generator that has the ability to produce any kind of energy you want to attract. Can you manifest abundance? Yes, because Spirit has designed you to be capable of manifesting literally anything. So with that in mind, I leave you, as always, with the reminder that love is spirit and spirit is love. Namaste, my friends. Thanks for watching. Don't miss out on a single thing. Subscribe below. And here's something else I think you'll enjoy. Namaste.